Hey guys, welcome to Top Table Gaming, and we are back for another Scouring the Shire battle report.
Hi guys, I'm Top Table Steve.
And I'm Top Table Ben.
And today, as Ben mentioned, we are going to be playing one of the scenarios from the Scouring the Shire Sourcebook. Today we're going to be playing the Ruffians Arrive scenario. It's one of the earlier scenarios, the one with the Brandywine and the bridge across it. We have on the good side, which I'll be playing, Holfoot Bracegirdle and Robin Smallbarrow, they're two sheriff leaders. They're going to have a contingent of 8 sheriffs and 4 Hobbit militia. And on the evil side, we have Bill Fernie and Lotho Sackville Baggins, so a couple of new characters for us to use. And alongside them, there are 12 ruffians with an array of weapons. We'll give you a quick overview of the rules now with Ben, but if you want to see it in more depth, do check out your Scouring Sourcebook.
So this game lasts for only 12 turns, but the objectives for the evil side is to get the 2 Hobbit heroes, capture them, and get them off the western board edge.
This scenario is played on a 2x2 board, so it's a nice little compact scenario. We'll get in front of the cameras, get the cameras down on the board, and you can have a look. Okay guys, so turn 1 we will be rolling for priority. Let's do this.
Oh, it's big for the Ruffians.
Oh,
it's bigger than the Hobbits.
Hobbits get a 6. Oh, okay, so we'll move into the move phase. Okay, so I'm going to move my Hobbits now. I'm not going to get much chance to make use of the throw stone rule, so I'm going to make the most of it as soon as I can, which is pretty much probably going to be turn 1. So I'm not going to move the first 2 ranks. I will now move the ones at the back. So as you can see, I have just sent a couple of Hobbits round either side, because I can see the Ruffians are setting up to have a little swim across the Brandywine. We'll move over to Ben.
So as Steve quite rightly pointed out, some of my ruffians have lined up on the edge of the Brandywine. My plan is to try and sort of get them across the river and maybe try and help trap some of those hobbits on the bridge, perhaps. So I'm going to move my ruffians and we'll come back in a sec. So I'm going to first take the swim tests with my ruffians. I'm going to line them up from left to right.
Yeah.
So first one. Oh! It gets washed away. So he's already dead. Let's take him off the board. So let's pop that one next to him. Next one.
5 more ones. Ooh.
I've got the highest hopes for this.
Oh, he's doing alright.
I'm doing alright. Only moving half though. Next one. He's doing alright. There's nobody getting across though. He's okay.
Ooh.
And last one.
Oh,
out the tray.
Hey! So he gets
Last
to move his full move.
He does. Right, so I'm going to take my first dead model off and I'm going to move the rest of my ruffians. Okay, so all my ruffians have moved up. I've moved the ruffians halfway through the river. There's one of them that's made it almost to the other side, and I've just moved them all across the bridge because that's how I think the ruffians would play. So let's get into shooting.
Yeah. Okay, so in the shoot phase, as we can see, I kept 7 of my normal hobbits and the 2 sheriffs still, so I could get throw stones off. Hopefully, it will whittle down a couple of the ruffian numbers, so we will start doing that now. So the 5 hobbits on the back row, basically just going to throw all their stones at the front row of ruffians coming across the bridge, prioritising from our left to right. So the hobbits will roll now. They need a 3 up and they will be wounding on 5s. So all but 1 hit. It's good. Wounding on 5s. 2 down. 2 whip dudes. Take the hits. And now we'll do the 2 remaining hobbits in the centre of the bridge. They will target the final ruffian, which was left at the front of the bridge, sort of charge. So we'll roll for them now. 1 hits. Need a 5 to cause a wound. And it's a 6. Okay, so the 2 sheriff leaders, they are going to target Bill. Needing 3s. 1 hits. Okay, needing a 5 to cause a wound on Bill. No. And that is the end of the shoot phase.
Okay, so that was a nasty turn for me. I lost quite a few ruffians there.
I think it shows how deadly throwstones can be.
Yeah,
with Hobbits.
absolutely. Let's roll into turn 2.
Yep.
It's not good.
Oh no! This is a key priority.
I'm quite happy with that. So let's get to moving.
Let's do it.
Okay, so it is my priority. Steve, would you like to call anything?
I think I'm going to have to, Ben. I think I'm going to have to. So I will call a heroic move using Hallfoot's 1 point of might.
Okay, I'm not going to counter. I'm going to let you have it.
Cool.
So over to your heroic move.
Okay, so Hallfoot is going to call with me. He's kind of trapped in there. He can't move. So I'm going to move everyone else around him now. So as we can see, I've just moved best I can to tactically sort of keep the hobbits that are your targeting out of range, really. I don't know how long that's going to hold out, but we'll move over to your move now.
So I am just going to keep steamrolling my ruffians up through the bridge and across the river. Let's do it. So again, I've got some of the ruffians in the river, so I'm going to be taking swim tests for them, going left to right. So first one. Oh, he loves it.
Well, he's in combat.
He's in combat this turn. Second one.
Oh, he's still coughing and spluttering across the river.
Still halfway across the river. He's alright, it's better than rolling ones.
Yeah.
And then the last one. Oh, good. Good, I needed that. And with that, I am going to move the rest of my ruffians. Okay, so all my ruffians have moved. They have tagged off a couple of hobbits here, and I've charged them up across the bridge. So there are going to be a few combats this turn. Yeah. So shall we jump into shooting if there is any?
Yeah. So yeah, everybody moved, so there will be no shooting this turn.
So first up, let's go for this ruffian versus this hobbit militia. I do have the fight value, and I intentionally charged some of the militia so that I had the fight value advantage. I got to fight 3 because I'm fighting against hobbits.
Yeah, I'm fight 1. I do have a dagger, so I'm going to stab.
Fair enough. Let's do this. Go ruffian.
Oh, so you take it. You take it.
Automatically take it. Okay, so I'm needing 4s to wound.
Yeah.
Let's see if I can take a first hobbit off the table. No, but you did stab, so let's see if you take a wound from the stab.
So a 4 will take a wound.
No, he survives it.
So we'll move to the next combat.
Okay, exactly the same again. So we've got 1 ruffian versus a hobbit militia. Let's see what happens. Oh, 5, it's good.
Can I get this on a 6? Oh, it doesn't get it.
So needing a 4 to wound this hobbit. Please let it happen.
Yes!
Hobbit first blood. And let's move on to the next combat. Okay, so we're going to go for Hallfoot's blockers here on the bridge. So we're going to start with the guy in the yellow jacket.
So he does get to go two-handed for free.
Yep, he does indeed, because he's within the 3 inches of Hallfoot. Yep. And I am just going to be fighting normally. We do have equal fight on it, so it could be a tough one. Let's see.
Oh, it's strong.
Good, it's good. Oh, it's out of the tray.
Oh! So he loses the combat.
Let's back him away and do some wounds. Right, I'd love to see a 4 here. Oh! That's one of the sheriffs. The sheriff is down.
He's down.
Let's take him away and move on to the next combat. Okay, next one along. Let's see if I can do even more damage with the ruffians this time.
Yeah, he'll two-handed for free again.
Yeah. No, it's not good this time.
5, so it takes it.
The ruffian's going to back away and hopefully do some wounds.
So it would normally be 5s, but because of the two-handed, I will be wounding on 4s against the ruffian. Hey!
Another ruffian down! Let's move on to the next one. Okay, and the last combat on this bridge, so we're going to be going exactly the same again. We've got 1 sheriff versus a ruffian. Let's see how we get on. Oh, it's not great.
Oh, it's a roll-on!
So I had priority.
You did.
So 1, 2, 3, it'll go to me. 4, 5, 6, it'll go to you. Hopefully my low rolling streak will continue.
Oh, the Hobbit takes it.
Go to the Hobbit. Let's back the ruffian away and see if that Hobbit can do some damage.
So just like before, 5s down to 4s to cause the wound. Oh, it's another 6! Oh, they're going down like dominoes. He's down. And that is the end of the combat phase. Pretty brutal. A couple of models lost for both sides. Let's move on to priority turn 3.
Okay, so we're going into turn 3. It was a bit of a brutal round for both of us then. It was particularly me. I am 6 ruffians down. I've got a lot of work to do now.
I think we'll be lucky to make it to turn 12.
I think we will. Let's see how we get on. Oh, it's big.
Good.
It's big. It's big. Goes to the ruffians. Are you going to be calling anything?
I'll have a think. Let's move the camera. Okay, so Ben has asked me if I'd like to call a heroic move. I think it's quite risky, but I'm down to 1 might. I've chosen not to at this stage. A lot of things I've got to line up for Ben to be able to charge both heroes. It's possible, but we'll see how we go.
Cool, so over to my move. I'm just going to be charging in and tagging off some hobbits as and where I can. I'm going to see if I can get in on those leaders as well. So I'm going to roll a swim test for the last ruffian who is still just an inch out from
He's struggling.
He's struggling a little bit. Anything but 1 here would be lovely.
Oh,
it's out
the tension.
Oh, he's fine. So he is able to charge, so I am going to move everybody in. Okay, so my ruffians have charged up where they can. I have tried to prioritise some of the militia just to whittle some of your numbers down, and I've tried to get some sort of favourable combats where I can as well, but my numbers are a little bit dwindled. So I think I've done what I can at this stage, so over to your movement.
Cool. Okay, so I'm going to move my remaining hobbits that are not tagged. Doesn't leave me a lot, to be fair. And I think the 2 sheriff leaders, although they're your targets, I think they're going to have to do some work in this turn. So I'll be moving my hobbits now. Okay, so the first hobbit I'm going to move is the fellow in the blue coat next to the bridge. I have stopped here just before I move because he will have to take a jump test over the rock. So I will start moving him now. He's moved up to the rock. He's now going to take a jump test. I need anything here but a 1, which I shouldn't have said pre-roll, but here we go. Oh, he makes it over, so he is in. He's now in combat. I will now move the remaining hobbit in the red jacket. So the 2 sheriff leaders are going to charge and help out. They're going to have to do some work, so I'll do that now. And they've charged in to help their compadre, the other sheriff, and we've managed to trap the bowman. So we will now move in, I think, straight into combat. Is it, Ben? There's no shooting?
There's no shooting, so let's move into combat.
Yep.
So Steve, would you like to call any heroics this combat turn?
I think this is probably one of the only opportunities in the game where I can make good use of a heroic combat, so I will be calling a heroic combat with Robin Smallbarrow, which means I'm out of might on my side.
Okay, I am going to use one with Lotho Sackville Baggins.
Ooh.
So don't quite know what they're going to be able to do, but I think it's about the best opportunity to use one I'm going to get. Right, so 1, 2, 3, it goes to me. 4, 5, 6, it goes to you. Oh, and it goes to me. So let's get that combat done first. Okay, so Lotho Sackville Baggins is heroic combat is going to go first. I am going to be rolling Bill Fernie's dice, who's in the combat as well, who's still got a point of might in the green dice.
Okay. So 4 high.
4 high.
Okay, here comes the sheriffs. Oh, he gets a 6. Get in. Watered the combat.
So I'm going to back them away.
Okay, so they backed off. The sheriff is going to try and hit Bill in the face with his club. It's normally a 5 down to a 4 because of 2-handed. And it's a wound. It is a wound.
I'm going to keep his fate for a later date.
So he's down to 1 wound. Okay, so that's the end of that combat. We'll now move into the other heroic. Okay, so this heroic, I do have 3 dice. They're all 1 attack, and I have no might, so I don't need to differentiate the dice. If you give us a target, Ben.
That's a 6.
It's as good as you could have done.
6.
It's as good as you could have done. They do all 2-handed for free, but I need that 6. If I don't get the 6, it's irrelevant. Gets it.
Goes to a roll off. And it was my priority, so 1, 2, 3, it goes to me.
Let's get these out. Let's drag it out. Let's drag
1,
it out.
2, 3 goes to me.
Yes!
Yes!
Two useless heroic combats. So I will back the hobbits away now.
So I am going to go for the sheriff, although it is very tempting to try and put some of these leaders in chains. I think there's still a few too many hobbits on the board, so I would like to thin it out a little bit. So going for the sheriff, needing a 4.
Oh, he bites the dust.
That's another hobbit off the table. Yeah. So let's go to the rest of the combats. So first up, let's go for this one-on-one combat with the ruffian versus the Hobbit militia.
Yeah,
he has got an axe, so he's going to piercing strike.
He certainly is.
Okay, so here we go.
Oh!
Hey! So let's back the ruffian away and do some damage.
Okay, needing 4s to take out the ruffian. And he gets it. That's another ruffian down.
Okay, next one along. I have the favourable combat here. I have got 2 guys in on your 1. We are tied on fight value, so do you want to give me a target?
Yeah, and I'll 200 for. Oh no. Oh yes, I'll 200 for 3. Yeah, he's just in.
Oh, it's not great.
Oh,
and that's better. So back that sheriff away. In 4s. Yeah,
that's
another dead hobbit.
So we'll move the camera across and get on to the next combat. Okay, so we are going to do the ruffian with the cleaver against the sheriff in the red hat, who is just in range to get the benefit of the 200 for free. So we'll do that now.
Ooh,
here we go.
Oh, it's better than that. So
Hobbit will back away.
Forced to wound. I'd love to see this 4.
Oh, he
not
survives.
quite, he survives. Let's move on to the next combat.
Okay, so he's not in range, so he won't be two-handing in this combat. It is the fat ruffian against the blue-coated sheriff.
Let's go. Oh, it's good.
Strong. It's strong.
Oh, it's a
draw.
It's a roll off again. Right, 1, 2, 3 goes to me.
Hey!
Oh, goes to you. So let's back the ruffian.
Needing 5s to cause a wound. No, he doesn't get it.
So let's do the ruffian on the riverbank that's fighting to get. He's still got his feet wet in the river. So he's fighting against the militia. So I do have the fight value here. Do you want to give me a target?
I'll give you a target of 3
and
I'll
5.
take it
So
easily.
back the hobbit away and let's do some wounds. Needing 4 here. Yeah,
Oh,
it's
it takes him
another
out.
militia out of there. Straight into the next one, we have got a militia and a sheriff versus 1 ruffian. Because I'm outnumbered in this combat, I will give you a target.
Yeah.
Oh, it's all right.
Oh, you're doing all right in this phase. Here we go. Oh, there's a 6. That'll do.
Let's back the ruffian away.
Okay, so needing 5s off both dice to cause a wound on the ruffian. There's a 6. That's another ruffian down.
Okay, after a disastrous turn for the ruffians, there's a lot of ruffians dead there. Let's move into turn 4 priority. Turn 4, this is going to be a big turn, I think. I think I'm going to struggle, but let's see how we get on.
So here we go. It's 2, 6. I'm rolling a lot of 6s now.
You are.
Which doesn't bode well for me in the end game. So hobbits get priority.
So let's get some movement done and we'll come back.
Okay, so hobbits have priority. Ben, would you like to call anything?
I am going to call a heroic move with my last point of might.
So there'll be no might left on the table.
Nope.
Right, obviously I can't counter, so let's get on with that.
So he's going to be calling with me, and I'm just going to move everybody in to try and sort of tag off some of those, and maybe try and get in on those heroes as well.
Yeah, because they're in a bad spot now.
Yeah.
Yep.
Okay, so all the ruffians have moved. They have tagged all but 1 of these poor little hobbits. I have got 1 ruffian on each of the heroes as well. So if I can win the combats against them this round, I can put them in chains.
So I'll go on to my huge move phase where I've got to move 1 hobbit, and I'll do that now. Okay, so as you can see, I've moved him round. It's the sheriff with the blue jacket and blue hat, and he has charged in and trapped the ruffian just at the side of the bridge. So obviously no shooting, no shoot phase. Straight into combat, Ben.
Let's do it.
There'll be no heroics, so we're just doing it in normal priority order. Okay, so first combat, we will get the trap ruffian out of the way. So there is 2 sheriffs with clubs and 1 militia who has a dagger, and he will stab. None of them are in range to get the benefit of the 2-handed, so it's just normal combats.
Oh, it's good!
I'll tell you what,
that's
it's a belter. It's a belter. You called that.
I did.
He said he was going to win this, but if a 6 here could help, let's see how we do. Oh, I got 6.
Back them hobbits away!
So the hobbits will back off.
Okay, so I'm going to be trying to wound the sheriff in the red jacket because he's the one that's kind of blocking my way. So needing 4. Oh, he survives.
Just shy,
He
just shy.
survives. Let's move on to the next combat.
Okay, so we'll move to the combats which are on the bridge, and we will make a start with the blue-coated sheriff against the fat ruffian.
Yeah.
Stupid fat ruffian.
Stupid fat ruffians. Oh, rolling tours, he says.
Now I can't take it seriously. And the sheriff
Gonna roll a
gets-
1. Back that hobbit away. Right, needed a 4 to wound the hobbit.
Hey,
he
justice.
doesn't do it.
Okay, let's stay with the theme of the blue jackets. So we'll move to the hobbit with the blue jacket and the red hat fighting the ruffian. He is in range for his two-handed for free, so he will call it this time. Oh! Here we go. Oh! What did I say before about rolling sixes mid-game?
Right, it's a roll off.
So it's
You
a
roll
roll-off.
it. 1, 2, 3 goes to me. 4, 5, 6 goes to you.
Just get another one more.
Yeah, probably.
So 1, 2, 3 to Ben, and 4, 5, 6 to me.
Oh, finally goes your way. Let's back the ruffian away.
Yep. Okay, so wounded on 5s, which will be down to 4s for two-handed. And he takes him out. That's not good for the ruffians. Okay, so we'll now move to the combat with Lotho and Bill against the lowly sheriff. He is out of range of the two-handed, so he'll just be fighting normal. I'll give you a target.
Give me a target. Oh, it's not great.
It's terrible.
Been here before.
Oh, he takes it. So we're backing away.
Okay, so the green one is needing 4s, black dice needing 5s.
Bill gets him.
Just about. So let's take that hobbit off.
Okay, so we'll now move the camera to the next 3 combats. Next combat up is going to be the blue-coated hobbit with the axe against the ruffian bowman.
Gonna be piercing striking.
Of course he is. Of course he is. He wants to do a bit of damage.
You've got a low fight value on me, so give me a target.
Target of.
Oh, it's big! It's big! I need the 6 here.
Oh! Come on!
Back him away, and I'll roll to wound.
Because the hobbit piercing struck, he goes down by 1 defense.
Because of that, I'm only needing 3s to wound him. Hopefully this time. Oh, let's take that militia off.
So we're both taking casualties this turn. We're now on to the sheriff leader combats. We'll start with the Robin Smallbarrow. So we're joint fight. Let's roll for it. I do get my own bonus, so or two-handed.
It's not great.
So it's a roll off. Okay.
1, 2, 3, it goes to me.
Ooh, here we
Show me
go.
that magic 1.
Hey!
Oh.
Back off, ruffian. So wounded on 5s, down to 4s because of two-handed. No.
On to the next one.
Yeah, pretty much the same combat. 2, it's low.
Oh
my!
Another roll.
So roll off. 1, 2, 3, Ben gets it. 4, 5, 6. Hobbits get it. Oh, Ben gets it. This is not good. We'll back him away.
So I'm going to decide to put him in chains. So his strength is 3, so I'm needing a 4+ to put him in chains. Hopefully. Oh, not quite.
He wriggled free.
Not quite. Next turn he is in chains.
Okay, let's move into turn 5 priority.
So turn 5, probably the biggest turn of the game.
Yeah.
It could go either way at the moment, I think.
We've not got much left.
There's not much left on either side, really. So let's get rolling.
Oh! What? How many drawn? Dice roll.
So you had priority last time, so it goes to me.
It does, yeah.
I know one. Amazing. Right, let's get onto the movement screen and we will get some ruffians moved. Okay, so I think it's do or die now. I need to get onto these leaders, so I'm going to be trying to get as many people onto leaders as I can and just tying up the rest of the army as best as I possibly can. Let's do it. And with that, I have tagged off some of the troublesome hobbits that may be able to come and help these sheriff leaders. Even little Lotho is getting involved here.
Yes.
So over to your movement, Steve.
So I've got one hobbit, same one as last time, so I'll move him now. He's moved in, trap that same ruffian again. Hopefully I'll have better luck this time and winning the combat. I'm in a bit of trouble here. I think Ben is likely to get my sheriffs in chains, but let's move into the combat phase as there's no shooting and we'll soon find out.
Yep. So first up, let's do this trap dude who kind of jumped in on 2 hobbits to try and tie him up a little bit. So I've not got massively high hopes for him, but I would love to see a nice little top table 6.
Oh. And they take it on a 4. So winning the combat, we do get double dice rolls because he's trapped, and also one of the sheriffs is in range to go two-handed for free. So he will be the white dice. He needs a 4, and the other hobbits need 5s. So I get it on a 5, the 4th and you can get it. Takes him out. Okay, so we've removed him from play, we'll move to the next combat.
So the little blue coat hobbits here are fighting this tubby ruffian.
Yes.
So I'm outnumbered again, but let's see how I get on.
Let's do it.
3, it's not great. It's not great.
3. Oh, it's a drawn combat.
It's my priority.
It is.
So 1, 2, 3 going to me.
You get it.
Back them
So
away.
sheriff's back off.
So he's going to be going for the one that is lowest on screen, needing a 4.
Oh, he doesn't take him.
5s. Let's move on. So Robin Smallburrows is up against Lotho Sackville Baggins and one Ruffian. So we are tied on fight value, but I have got slightly more dice than you.
Yeah, so give you a target.
Yep.
And the sheriff leader gets.
Oh,
it's strong!
Big!
Not seen one of them for a while.
Oh, look at that! So it goes down to a roll off. So 1, 2, 3, it goes to me. Oh,
come on, get in there.
Let's back those ruffians away.
Okay, so he is going to strike the ruffian. So again, normally 5s, down to 4s. Oh, it's up to you. No, he doesn't get it. So he doesn't kill this turn.
So the last combat of this turn, it is Hullfoot Bracegirdle versus 2 ruffians and Bill Fernie. So he is slightly outnumbered
He's
here.
up against it. He's up against it.
Do you want to give me a target?
I certainly do. Come on, another 6 would be lovely. Here we go.
Ooh, it's still big, it's still big. Oh, it's again. Oh, 1, 2, 3, it goes.
Come on, little fella.
To the ruffians.
Oh, yes!
Let's back these ruffians away.
Okay, so Hullfoot is going to choose to strike Bill.
Mm-hmm.
So 5s down to 4s, striking Bill. Oh, anticlimax. Unfortunately, he does nothing there. So we'll move into priority turn 6. I think it's a count away. I only moved 4 inches.
No.
Okay.
Wow. So it's very tense. Very tense. So priority turn 6.
Let's do it.
So
So
it'll
even
go to
if
you.
I get a 1,
It'll
I'll
go
get
to you
it.
automatically.
And there's no mic. So we'll move to the move screen and start moving hobbits. Okay, so I've had a quick look at the board as it's laid out. It's like a game of chess, this. So I'm going to do some of my movement and then we'll move on to Ben's movement. So I'll do that now. So that's the end of my move phase, and pretty much everybody is tagged. So
Let's get into the combat.
let's get straight into combats. Okay, so first combat we're going to do the 2 hobbits, which is the militia hobbit and the sheriff, against the rounded ruffian on the edge of the bridge. All my hobbits are in range for the two-handed if they are sheriffs with clubs, which is great. So yeah, they'll do it now. Do you want to give me a target?
I'll give you a target. I'm outnumbered, and it's all
strong,
right.
it's
That's
strong.
okay.
He's holding firm, so the sheriffs get 4. So you actually take it. So I'll back the hobbits away now.
Okay, so I'm absolutely going to be targeting the sheriff.
Yeah.
Needing a 4.
Oh, easy. Takes him out. Okay, so he has been removed. We'll now move into Bill Fernie's combat with the sheriff with the red hat. Here we go.
Target.
Let's do it.
Oh,
Strong
it's good.
again.
It's good again.
Ben's coming good at the end game, so the sheriff gets.
Oh, come on.
Oh!
So back him away. And Bill needing a 4.
Oh, I needed that. Okay, so I'll move the camera out and we'll get on to the next combat. So we'll do the sheriff in the red coat against the ruffian bowman. He will be going two-handed because it's free. Doesn't give me a target. Oh, so the sheriff takes it. We'll back the bowman away. So needing a 4 to take him out. Oh, he doesn't do it. Let's move over to the next combat, which will be the hobbit sheriff in the blue jacket against the other bowman. Let's do it. Straight in.
Oh,
it's
good.
strong. It's strong.
Good.
Come on, lad. Oh, he couldn't have done any worse there. So we'll back him away.
Okay, so needing a 4+ to wound him. Saw the 6 flash up then. But no wounds.
Okay.
And we've got 2 more combats left.
Okay, let's move into Holdfoot's combat with Lotho.
So you have got the high fight value.
Yeah.
So let's see what I get.
Oh, so I take it
You
on fine.
automatically win it. Let's back him away.
Okay, so trying to wound Lotho. It's normally 4s, so it's down to 3s. And he doesn't get it. Ooh, it's a bit of a dud this combat phase. So we'll move the camera and get onto the final combat of the round. Okay, so Robin Smallbarrow against the Ruffian with the Cleaver.
Oh,
He's
it's
strong,
big
so
from the
He
Ruffian.
needs a 6. He needs the 6. He doesn't get it. I wasn't confident in that order. I wasn't
I
confident.
know, I could tell. I could
I
tell.
wasn't confident.
So I'm absolutely going to be putting him in chains.
Well, we'll back him away.
Yep, I'm absolutely going to be putting him in chains.
Yep.
Needing a 4+.
Oof.
Battles it again. Battles it again. So let's move into priority.
Turn 7.
Turn 7. Priority, turn 7.
It's important.
Oh, it's big for me. So
Even if I get it, you get it.
Absolutely.
I had it last time.
So it goes to me. Let's get into moving some Ruffians. Okay, so my aim this turn is to try and tie up as many Hobbits as I can, and try and get as many in as I can on some of those heroes, just to make sure that when I hopefully inevitably win, I am going to be putting them in chains.
Yeah.
So I'm going to do that now.
Okay, so Ben has moved all his Ruffians. He has tagged everyone, so there's no movement for me.
There's no shooting.
No
Just
shooting.
jump straight into combat.
Straight into combat. Let's do it.
So let's start with these slightly outnumbered Ruffians. We'll start with the one that is against the red-coated sheriff.
Okay, so you're bowman against my 2.
Yeah, so I've only got 1 dice in this, so shall I give you a target?
Yes.
Oh, it's big.
6.
It's big.
I'm just double checking. Only one of them is in the 2-handed for free. So let's do it.
Which one's that?
The blue guy.
Yeah, but which?
Oh, sorry, white. It'll always be white.
So back them Hobbits away. I am going to be striking at the one in blue. Need a 4+. Oh, again, I just cannot convert those wins into kills. Let's move on to the next combat.
Doing the fat dude.
Yeah. So it's the fat Ruffian versus the 2 Hobbits. Shall I give you a target because I'm outnumbered again?
Yeah, the sheriff will be 2-handed again.
Oh, it's 4, not great.
Here we go. 6.
Oh, so he is going to back away and you are going to strike at me.
Cool, so the white dice is from the sheriff needing a 4 and the yellow dice needing a 5. Oh! Don't annoy hobbits!
Double dead.
Don't annoy hobbits!
That Ruffian is out of there. Okay, so let's move on to Bill Fernie and the Ruffian versus Holfoot.
Holfoot, yeah.
So I have got 2 dice, so do you want to give me a target?
Yep. Holfoot gets
5, it's big 5.
Oh, he takes
So
it.
the Ruffians are going to be backing away.
And Holfoot is going to go for Bill, and obviously he gets the benefit of his own rule, which is 2 hands for free. So he needs a 4 to wound Bill. He gets it. So I think
it's fate or die. Fate or die. So I want to see a 4+ on here. Oh, Bill Fernie is dead for the 2nd time in our little mini campaign. So
Beautiful model, but doesn't fare well.
Let's take him off the table. Okay, so moving on to the last combat, which is a Ruffian and Lothar Sackville Baggins versus Robin Smallburrows.
Here we go. Robin gets. It's not good.
So it's not great.
You take
5.
it.
So the Ruffian, which is on the black dice, is going to be trying to put him in chain, so I'm needing a 4+ on the black dice, and Lothar is going to be trying to wound him, needing a 5+, which is on the green dice. And nothing yet again.
So you're 2 back away.
Because we just realised that he is trapped, Lothar is going to be trying to wound him again, so needing a 5+. Oh,
In the tray.
no, so he doesn't do anything. So we'll back them away and we'll move into turn 8.
Okay, turn 8 priority. Let's do this. A 3, a 2.
Goes over to you.
Good, get it. Okay, so I'm going to move my hobbits now. Okay, so that's my move, and again, as before, I've tagged all Ben's Ruffians, put some of my own heroes in harm's way, but, you know, that's how we roll. So let's do this. Let's move into the combat phase. Okay, so let's do the combats now. We'll start with the Trap Ruffian. One of my sheriffs is in range for free 2-handed, so he will be doing that. Do you want to give me a target, Ben?
Absolutely. Watch this 6.
Ooh.
It wasn't.
So
6.
all I need is a 4-up.
Oh!
All I need is a 4-up, he says. I shouldn't have said it. So
It's
he's a roll.
your priority. So 1, 2, 3. It goes to me.
Here we go.
Oh,
Justice.
goes to you.
So he is trapped.
Hack him up.
So the white dice will be the 2-handed, needing 4s, and the golden dice are needing 5s.
And he is very, very dead. So let's take that ruffian off. So we've got the ruffian versus the blue jacketed hobbit here. So we are joined on fight. So let's see how we get on. Oh,
Strong.
it's a 6.
It's
There's a
strong.
big 6. Oh, so back that hobbit away.
Oh, he takes him out.
Gets it.
He's dropped.
So next up we've got Lotho and Hallfoot. You have got the higher fight here, so shall I give you a target?
Yep.
It's not very good.
Here we go.
Oh, you just take it on fight. Let's back Lotho away.
Okay, so normally needing 4s, down to 3s for going 2-handed.
Oh,
that's a wound.
Going to use his fate point.
Yep.
Oh, he loves
he
it.
manages to survive. And the final combat is Robin versus the ruffian with the cleaver at the side of the bridge. It's a 4. It's a 4. Oh my God.
So 1, 2, 3 goes to me.
No!
Hey! He is going to be trying to put him in chains, so needing a 4+.
Oh, in the tray.
Oh!
So we'll back Robin away. So now we're back Robin away. We will move into priority turn 9.
Yeah, prior to turn 9, this might very well get to 12 turns at this rate. There's not many ones left on the table, so let's see how we get on.
3, 4.
So it goes to
Good,
you.
That is a good advantage for me.
It is indeed.
So let's move into the move phase and see what happens. Okay, so I'll move my hobbits now. I do have the numbers advantage, which is really, really handy for me. So I'm going to crack on and do that. Okay, so I've moved my hobbits. As you can see, I've done the best that I can do. I've got both my heroes in against a ruffian who is now trapped.
So Steve's in the middle of all his movements, but I have stopped him in his tracks to try and stop him from charging in on Lotho. So he can spend a will point to try and stop it. On a 3+, this works. So let's see if that guy stops an inch out. And he does. So hopefully Lotho can help out a little bit and maybe do some damage here. We'll see. Shall we get into my movement?
Yeah, let's do it.
So Lotho has moved in on one of the sheriff leaders there just to kind of even the odds a little bit, even though that ruffian is still trapped. So with that, let's move into combats.
Let's do it. Okay, so it is my priority, so I'll choose the order of combats. Although Lotho did take out one of my sheriff leaders from that combat, if I do this combat first, he's still trapped against the tree because of the positioning of my sheriff. So we'll do that one first.
Can I give you a target?
Yeah. 3.
It's not great.
It's 5, so I do take it. 5s down to 4s.
Yep.
So, not only 5s down to 4s for 2-handed. And he just gets it. Just gets it. So that ruffian is taken out. Okay, moving on to the next one, we'll do Lotho versus Hallfoot.
I've got the lower fight.
Yep.
And 5,
Strong.
Hopefully, might do it. Oh, it's not as good as a 6. So Lotho is going to back away.
Okay, so striking Lotho, normally needing 4s, down to 3s. And he doesn't. He lets his hobbit, I was going to say friend, but he's not, but he lets him off.
And last combat, we've got one ruffian versus a hobbit militia and a hobbit sheriff. I've only got 1 dice in this, so let's see what I get. Oh, it's a big 6.
Couldn't be better. So I need the 6. I don't get the 2-handed in this combat. I do get the 6, so it is a roll off. So I will roll off on a 1 to 3. Ben gets it. On a 4 to 6, I get it. Ben gets it. So we'll back the ruffian away. So needing 5s to take out the final ruffian. And he does take him out. He does take him out. And that ruffian bites the dust. And with that round of combat, all the ruffians have been eliminated, which leaves Lotho. But unfortunately, Lotho cannot put hobbits in chains. So we are going to call the game there, and we'll get back in front of the camera.
Wow, so what a game. It was at points it was kind of swinging one way or another. I thought at times that I've definitely got this, and I thought, no, there's times that you've definitely got this.
Yeah.
There was a few turns where I was winning combats, but I just wasn't able to convert those into either putting them in chains or wounding them.
Yeah.
So it just meant that actually when you were kind of getting priority and you were able to tag some of my guys off and trap them, it meant that you just had kind of more dice in the combats, and you were winning. What did you think of the scenario?
I really enjoyed it, as I do in most of the scenarios that are coming out of late. Like you said, at the beginning of the scenario, seeing how many ruffians that you had, with the heroes that you had, and I thought, I'm going to struggle here. I'm going to struggle. And then turn 3-ish, I kind of thought, actually,
You might have
I think
this.
I've got this. But then, once everything of yours was over the bridge,
It
and you were
looked like
tagging
that
things, I was like, oh no, now I am in trouble. But you're not being able to put them in chains, which
Yeah.
isn't as easy as you think, as you will have just seen.
Yeah. Especially against the leaders. If I went back and played it again, I might put some of the other hobbits in chains. Because it might just tie them up, especially the militia and things like that. You know, I'm putting them in chains on a 3+ rather than wounding them on a 4+.
Yeah.
So it might have just taken them out of the game for, even if it was a couple of turns, it would have really kind of made a bit of a difference to me.
It's giving you that decision that you need to make. It's a trade-off whether you, like you say, you need the 4s to take them off the board completely, or only a 3 will disable them, but then I have a chance of rolling a 6, or a friendly model coming in rolling a 6, and then them being back in the game. I don't think you played it wrongly. I think dice played a big part.
Absolutely.
But
I think if we played it again and we were playing it a little bit more competitively, I might have deployed further back and used some of my shooting advantage, because obviously I've got 18-inch bows rather than just, you had only had throw stones, so it would have forced you to come to me. And actually, with my numbers, if you'd have had to come to me, then maybe I might have been able to surround you a little bit more. But this is a battle report. This is for fun.
We try and play it in the theme that the scenario was written. So in our eyes, you kind of got the ruffians pelting across the bridge,
trying to get
the hobbits. But all in all, great little game.
Good fun.
Great little
really
game.
Good fun.
Let us know what you thought about it. Let us know, have you played it? That'd be really interesting, because I've not seen much chatter about the scenarios from the Scouring Shire on any of the multiple Facebook groups, including our own. So have you played it? Now you've watched that, will it make you play it? It's really nice to get the new models out.
It is, isn't it?
Really nice to get the models
out.
I had to paint Lotho last night in 45 minutes.
While you were drunk.
And a little bit tipsy,
Some of your best work.
It is. But thank you for watching, guys. We're filming this, we're a couple of days before Christmas, so we don't see you before. Do have a very Merry Christmas. Check out all the links below. We have links for
Element Games, who have got an affiliate link with, so if you're spending on toys or any paints, modelling stuff, it gives us a little kickback and a little thank you from Element Games if you use that. We've got a link to our Patreon down there as well. Big thanks to all our patrons who support the channel and keep all the lights on and keep us motivated to do this sort of stuff. And we've also got links to all our social media sites, including our Top Table Gaming Community Facebook page.
Belting page. So thank you, guys. I've been Top Table Steve.
And I've been Top Table Ben.
And we'll see you in the next battle report.
See you later, guys.